So it's a cold winter day and I can't do anything with my boats. And so I thought, wouldn't it be fun to kind of go through some of the for sale ads for boats and take a look at stuff. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's dangerous to do that because then you're going to be tempted to buy something. I'm going to pretend that I don't have the current boat that I have right now, my big boat, and looking for another boat that's like my big boat. So the criteria I came up with was a boat that's between 20 to 27 feet, costs between $5,000 and $20,000, and I'm limiting myself to just shopping on Craigslist in Annapolis, so that way it'd be a local boat. What's neat about shopping online is there's a lot that people say in their ads and then a lot of things that people don't say in their ads. And sometimes what they don't say in their ads is more important than what they actually say in their ads. I just wanted to say real quick that the purpose of this video is not to rag on any of the ads that I see on Craigslist. So I apologize in advance if any of these might be your boat that you're trying to sell. The purpose of this video is if you're trying to sell your boat, to help you understand what buyers are looking for, the kinds of things that you should include in your ads to be able to help a buyer make a better decision or to come and actually see your boat. And if you're a boat shopper, the purpose of this video is to be able to help you see what's going on with some of these ads and figure out what kinds of questions to ask and understand what's missing from some of these ads that are important things that you should be thinking about before you spend your time looking at a boat or spending money on a boat survey. Also, another thing I want to do with this exercise is, since it is winter out, if I was actually going to go shop for a boat, I don't want to be standing around in the cold wasting somebody else's time taking a good hard look at a boat that's not worth looking at. I want to see if I can maybe find 5 boats, and of those 5 boats, see if I can narrow it down to just one boat to go look at in person to consider purchasing. So, let's sit down at the computer and do a little bit of boat shopping for pretend. So, okay, let's go to Annapolis Craigslist, boats, and let's put in our maximum price of $20,000. And let's see what we come up with. Here's our first candidate right here. This boat actually costs exactly $20,000. I'll put the text up on the screen here for you. So this is a 19-year-old bow rider boat that is 23 feet long. This boat would literally be a direct replacement for the boat I have now. It's the same size, bow rider, has a porta potty, little table, seating in the back, inboard, outboard engine. Here's what's interesting about this particular ad in this boat. None of the text says anything mechanical about this boat. It doesn't tell me whether or not any work's been done to it. This boat is 19 years old. I would hope by now it has had something done to it. Like put in something about like a new impeller maybe was put in, or bottom painted just last year. Matter of fact, there isn't even a picture of the engine. And there's no picture of the seat with a crack in it. Here's also what's interesting. This boat's a year newer than mine. None of my upholstery has any cracks in it. So here's a boat that costs, well, first of all, it costs a heck of a lot more than my boat cost me last year. And it's essentially the same kind of boat. Mine's a 4 Winds. This is a Chaparral. I don't know if they're comparable. They seem like they are. And quite frankly, there's a whole lot lacking in this ad. Not only that, look at these pictures. One of these pictures show this boat with a Pennsylvania registration, while the other ones all show a Maryland registration, or that where I can see the registration. And the Pennsylvania registration one looks like it may not be bottom painted. I can't tell for sure. Okay, so here's my thoughts about this boat. I'm not going to go look at this boat. You know why? I think this is a COVID purchase. I think somebody bought this boat, maybe in Pennsylvania, and because they decided to get a boat because of COVID, they used this thing a few times, found out how hard it is to work on or expensive parts are for it, you know, gimbals and bellows and risers and all that nonsense that I'm dealing with mine. And I think they're jumping ship. I don't think this person does any work on the boat themselves. And I think they got prices for what it was going to cost to do that stuff. And they said, we're done. We had our summer of fun with this boat. We didn't use as much as we thought, and it's going to cost us too much money to keep it. Let's bail. And they're asking too much money for this boat. So, nope. Next. This is a 1987 Wellcraft V20 for $8,500. There are 23 photos included and a nice, thorough description. I'll put the description up for you to take a look at. There's some damage to the hull. It's not bottom painted, and you can see some marks and chips and scuffs on both of the photos of the hull, and I wonder how many more there are. Here's my thoughts on this boat. It looks like it has potential, but I'm scared. This boat is over 30 years old. I'm worried that that wood is starting to rot. All of your fiberglass boats built back then, as far as I know, were all fiberglass over wood. So the transom, the stringers, the floor, all that stuff is wood encased in fiberglass. All of the description, none of it says that the transom has been replaced or that new stringers have been put in or the floor has been replaced. And the only way you would really, I guess, possibly know for sure is to pay for a marine survey. So you're looking at an old boat with an old engine and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks good. And the guy did a great job with his ad. Kudos to him. But I just don't think this one, I don't think this one's it. Number 3. Okay. Years ago when people ran newspaper ads, you paid by the word. So typically your ads were pretty short and to the point. This is Craigslist. You can put up, I don't know, probably 30 photos and you can write 10 paragraphs if you want to. This ad reads, boat for sale, $17,000. And here's the text. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and they only have 3 photos. Just a photo of the back seat, the cockpit from kind of a far away, and then the boat sitting on the boat lift. No photo of the engine. Has it been well maintained? Don't know. How long have they owned it? Don't know. Why are they selling it? Don't know. This thing has just, no, written all over it. Now, it might be a great boat and it might be a good deal, but I'm sorry, you're not telling me anything here. You're just telling me you got a 23-foot boat at $17,000. Next. All right, that's 3 down. I was going to try to see if I could find it within 5. I found one that's an 18-foot, but that's below our 20-foot. And no, I'm not getting a 18-foot boat. Ooh, this one has me intrigued. Look at the text of this. Okay, I know what you're thinking. I rejected the boat from the 80s because it was wood wrapped in fiberglass. Here's a boat built in 1960 or the 1960s, early 1960s, and it's all wood. Why would I even consider this? Well, here's what's cool about this boat. The people who own it right now have had it since 2007, and they give a reason as to why they're selling it. And the reason isn't that it's falling apart. The reason is because they purchased a larger boat. Usually people purchase larger boats. I get it. That checks out with me. It's got an inboard engine, which I'm not a fan of because my inboard outboard, but this is like a true inboard. And look, it has this engine cover. So the engine basically sits in the middle of the floor under this lid, which is kind of weird, like a workboat. But when you pull that lid off, the engine is right in front of you. So you're not like laying down in some hole in an awkward position to be able to just get to spark plugs. So, I mean, if you got to work on it, it's right there. I get the impression that this boat was well taken care of. This boat's only $10,000 and it's 26 feet. This is the biggest boat that we've seen, almost the cheapest. Yes, it's a work boat. It's not a cruising, luxury, whatever. It has a porta potty in there. It has a, enclosed area in the bow. I like the rear I like the second steering station. Think about when you're trying to like back into your marina slot, which is how I pull into mine. If I could be at a rear steering station, pulling in and tying off, that's awesome. I like that. I don't think my wife would like this boat, but I really like this boat. I think this boat is super cool. And it's called Crab Cake 2. I love that. So far, this is my winner. I would go look at this boat. I would try to twist my wife's arm to say, no, honey, we can make this boat work for us. It'll be great. Because I really like this boat. This boat is cool. It has so much character. Now I'm beginning to regret that I did this because I saw something that I really want. I don't have $10,000. I'm not buying a boat. I don't have that kind of money. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite. This was just a nice winter day exercise. And also let me know if you'd like to watch me shop for boats again. Maybe I'll pick a different city or something. See what boats look like that are available in Milwaukee, Wisconsin or something. Just for fun. Oh, and it's only 18 feet long. Never mind, it's only $3,000. 2 454 engines in it. Next. Oh, this is 30 feet. This is too long. But a person lists the condition is fair.